Hi, I'm Jamie, Fort Vancouver Library's experiential learning librarian. Today we're going to make face masks using household materials.
Face masks, which you can make from materials around the house, are meant to protect those around you from catching your germs. All of the masks we make in these projects have at least 2 layers of fabric between your face and the outside world. Many of these designs also allow for a filter to be added for extra protection.
So household materials can be a sock, an old pair of leggings, an old t-shirt, a bandana, paper towels. There's lots and lots of different things you can use to make a simple face mask for going out in public. We're going to keep in mind whenever we're making our face mask that we want to make sure our material is wide enough that it covers our nose and our mouth. So I like to think of it as the Triforce if you're into Zelda. So I want to make sure that this area all gets covered. So my nose and both sides of my mouth, that makes up the Triforce. So when you test out masks, you want to make sure that you've got all of this area covered.
In this tutorial, we'll make a mask from a sock. For this project, you're going to need a pair of scissors and a sock. You can also use all kinds of different socks to make a mask. If you use really long socks, like my yellow and black ones, you can make several masks by cutting it into sections. You can also get a good sized mask out of a crew sock. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to use my ankle sock. It doesn't have a mate. I've had this sock for a super long time. I think it's time for it to have a new life. We're going to use the center section of the fabric as our mask. We're going to make 2 cuts. We're going to cut off the toe of our sock and the heel of our sock. I'm going to start by cutting the toe off of the sock. And if you have worn socks, you know that there's kind of an annoying seam at the front of the sock where all the fabric comes together. That's what we're going to cut off. And I'm going to try and preserve as much of the fabric as I can, but get all of the toe seam off. Then I'm going to cut off my heel, and again, I want to keep as much of that fabric in the center as I can. So I'm going to cut pretty close to the heel, and I'm going to cut off the elastic band that goes around the ankle. And don't get rid of the elastic you cut off your sock. You can actually use this as an ear loop for different kinds of masks. Now we're left with the center section of our sock, which is going to be our mask, and it'll be a great double layer mask, so you have 2 layers of fabric between your face and the outside world. The next step is going to be to cut 2 slits into the side of our socks to make ear loops. You want to cut about a 1/2 inch in from the edge. I like to just use my finger and lay it down on the edge of the fabric and then cut on the other side of where my finger is. That's about a 1/2 inch, which is pretty good. You don't want to cut all the way to the other end of the sock. You want to stop. And then you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to put my finger to measure about a 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to cut into both layers of fabric about 3/4 of the way up, but not all the way through. Now we have our 2 tabs on the side and then the center piece. If you put your fingers of one hand into the one loop you just made, and then put your other hand in the other loop, and then you kind of pull out, your sock changes shape, and now it kind of looks like a mask. Guess what? It is a mask! You'll want to make sure to keep straight which side of your mask goes against your face and which side of the mask goes towards the outside world. The great thing about using a white sock for this is I can use markers or paint or whatever I have to customize the outside of my mask. So I decided I was going to make a super cute face on the outside of mine. So I'm going to do some rosy cheeks, a big smile. Some people say it looks like a ghost, but I promise you it is a super cute face. Now we're going to try on our mask, so make sure the right side's out, not that side, this side. Loop it over one ear, and then loop the other loop, and then you kind of have to do a little adjusting, do the Triforce check, make sure it all fits the way it should. Triforce, we're good to go! Your face mask can be washed and reused. If you want to add an extra layer of protection, you can add a removable filter to this mask. These filters are meant for one-time use. Possible filter materials include paper towels, coffee filters, and facial tissue. To add a disposable filter to this mask, take your material, fold it up, and then just push it in through one of the open sides on your mask. Arrange it so it fits snugly, and remember to throw away the filter before you wash your mask. You can customize the fit of your mask by adding an adjustable nose wire. There's lots of materials you can use to make a nose wire. Pipe cleaners are pretty good. I've used a lot of paper clips because they're really easy to find, and the metal end bends, and they're really great to shape around the nose. But I find that these plastic flexible tabs from bags, like these coffee bags, make the best nose guard. They're comfortable and flat, and they're easy to shape, so it makes it really easy to use these. These are definitely my favorite. To add a nose wire to this mask, simply take your wire and slide it into the top edge of the mask. Once the wire's in place, you can then shape it so it fits around your nose. If you wear your mask for a while, you may notice it's uncomfortable around your ears. You can make a custom ear saver from cardboard to pull the ear loops away from your ears. Look for that video on YouTube. Have fun and keep making. We hope to see you at the library soon. Bye!